What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another franchise series here with Crash Course GM, and we are going to be taking on the Vancouver Canucks in Nhl25. This is a historic franchise. There's been a lot of ups and downs over the 50 years of this team. It is looking like they're finally starting to turn the corner. They could be a cup contender this year and for a couple more years. Obviously, the goaltending, they have a couple young prospects like Lettermatty there, who has some skill, who could be ready to help out Elias Pettersson. And then you got Vincent Desharnais there, replacing Zadorov. Supposed to be the big body on defense, making life a living hell for guys trying to cross the blue line, just like Marchand. Then you got Artur Silovs, the guy who stepped up in the playoffs of Demko's injury. He is a nice backup to have. Everyone's questioning if he's going to be actually ready for a full season with Demko's injury, but we have faith. And especially with a healthy Demko, the Vancouver Canucks could be a top 3 team in the Western Conference. He just makes saves like these on a daily basis. He is a top 5 Vezina goalie in the NHL. They just need to find a way to help him out a little more defensively there. So let's get kicking off here. Vancouver Canucks looking for their first Stanley Cup. I've been around the team for 30 years now, watching and following. I think it's about time they win one. They're maybe a piece or two away from actually winning a cup this year. And with the new franchise menu settings here, it is a little more easy to navigate, which is nice after years and years of people asking for it. And looking at the lineup of the Canucks right now as we're heading into year 1, not too bad. Offense looks pretty solid. Top 9's pretty deadly. Defensively is the only question mark. Where can we add a top 4 defenseman in the lineup, especially with very little cap space? That's going to be the question mark. But Demko, if he stays healthy, Canucks can win their division again. Silovs, we'll see how many games he can get under his belt. We'll try and see if he can get anywhere from 25 to 30, if he can handle that workload. But he is a stud. Now, scouting. Looking at the top 10 picks in this draft, I don't believe we're going to be anywhere close to a top 10 pick. But just showing you guys here who's expected to go. And James Hagens, the real life number 1 overall pick, are expected for this year. Looks like they have him at number 6. Porter Martone, another solid young guy. Someone to build around your team. Alright. So it could be a deep draft this year. We definitely want to draft a goalie, especially with uncertainty of Demko's health. So Dag or Ravensburgen in the second round, I think we'll take a shot at. Jack Ivanovic, butchered the hell out of that probably. But I would like to try and get another center too. Roger McQueen at 29, if he's available, I'd love to take him there. See him at 29 right now in the pre-drafting rankings right here is nuts. I feel like he should be a top 10 pick. But I feel like we are probably going to be pitching anywhere from 28 to 32. So we'll see how that goes. But we do have some players too that we have to re-sign in the offseason. So someone like a Connor Garland or Carson Soucy, just to get rid of some cap space. See if we can get some extra picks that way. We got to re-sign Besser and Hoglander. Those are the 2 guys I'd like to keep around. Garland, yes, he's a little more expensive as a third liner, $5 million, but he's a pretty good deal for a second liner. Some fans love him. Some fans think he's a little bit overpaid, but I feel like for the Canucks to make things happen, Connor Garland is going to have to go in the offseason. He's got 1 more year left under contract. Alright. So we'll see. But first things first, we gotta sim the season. And giving out this new goal option here, seeing how this works. And they want Quinn Hughes to score 25 goals in the first half of the season. That's a bit unrealistic. Like, really, EA Sports, a defenseman, 25 goals, you'd be lucky to get for the whole entire year. Alright, JT Miller. Let's see what his expectations are going to be. See if he can meet them. We'll do assists here for JT Miller this time. 30. That's doable for JT Miller. Especially on the power play with Besser and Pedersen and Hughes all out there with Miller. I feel like that's a reasonable ask. That should be met. Thatcher Demko. Let's see what do we want? What do we want from him? No, he's already the number one goalie. We're not going to challenge him to be number one goalie. Come on, EA Sports, get your stuff together here. Do your research. Alright. Why not? Elias Pettersson. Someone that has to play up to this contract now. For whatever reason, every time he steps on the ice since the All-Star break, he's just looked disinterested. Doesn't look like he even wants to play hockey anymore. He looks like he's just lost the love of the game, and he's just in it for the money. But I don't know. He's got to turn it around. He's got that skill. Potential's still there. He's just got to find a way. And hopefully we can help him do it here in this series. Definitely some line mates to help him play a little better might be nice. We need someone that can get him the puck. Pedersen is not good at board battles. He's outclassed in the weight department. Not enough muscle on those bones. He just needs someone to win the board battles for him and pass him the puck and let him make the plays. Alright, what does Coach think? Coach thinks we're a cup contender. I think we're still a piece or two away, but we'll see how things go. Potential is there. But I also said that about the Eagles. Lineup was looking pretty solid, but the way the sim went, it didn't happen until at year 11 for the first cup win. Alright, now looking at free agency here. Blake Wheeler, Hoffman, Primo, kind of leading the charge. Ryan Murray, Braden Tracy is there. We don't really have a roster spot right now, and we got little cap space, so we're not going to really dip into the free agent pool right away. I think we're going to see how things go. Now, Brock Besser, Hoglander, kind of our top two priorities to re-sign. And now they have these new tactics here for re-signing players, so we're going to go into negotiation here with Hoglander and see if we can find a way. And no, that failed right away. My goodness. Now Hoglander, for some reason, he's already got a hate on for us. He only wants to sign a one-year deal. He is an RFA, so if we can't sign him, we'll just qualify him and try and work out a deal long term. But looks like he wants to get paid. Let's get just over 4.5 million. If we can get him to 3.5, I feel like that'd be a fair offer. He just did sign for 3 and 3, so I don't think that's too much of a ask to say no to. But he's still kind of putting up a fight here, so I think we might have to deal with this later on, possibly near the deadline. And if Hoglander decides not to sign, then too, we can trade him instead of Connor Darland at the draft for some extra picks to help out build our youth. Because the Canucks prospect system, besides the top three guys, it's all pretty meh. So definitely adding some more prospects there for trade pieces or to actually build around and be a solid help with our cap situation. Because you're going to need some youth in the lineup there to help play in third line minutes. Oh boy, Hoglander, what's he want? We're already pissing him off. He's promised top 6 minutes. I was like, yeah, we got you on the first line, buddy. Don't you worry. just make sure you are worth it. If you're putting up first line minutes, or even second line minutes, then hey, stay in the top 6. You start to struggle, we'll bring you down to the third line, bud. That's only fair. Alright, so let's see how this first month goes. Alright, it's not too shabby here. A little bit better than they were in real life. 3-1 to start here, and the injuries are already hitting us. Forbert injured until November. Come on, how we looking? Ooh, Jonathan Lettermatty injury. That's a tough pill to swallow. That's a number 1 prospect right there. I'll trade after Connor Clifton. We're not going to make that trade. Oh man, now another defenseman is hurt. Atu Ratti. Man, these injuries are just flying in. We have them all the way down at 10 too. So let's make some changes here to the lineup. Get everything back on track. Vancouver 7-2 through the first month. That's pretty solid. November is usually when the Canucks struggle. In typical fashion, they usually have a better October than November. Some guys... Ooh, Sprawn. He's now hurt. That's another guy. I don't know if we'll be able to bring back Sprawn. He's pretty much a rental for the year for us. Especially at that low contract. He's going to want a big raise. I just don't know if we'll be able to afford that. Now Niels Hoglander, he's going to be hurt. So let's see if we can move some things around. See how the lineup's going to be looking right now for a little bit. See if this depth will help our offense out. Alright, how are we looking? Connor Garland can go up the second line for now. Sammy Blay. Alright, Hoglander, get back in there. Stay healthy this time. Let's see how this holds up. Coleman Ward is hurt. Desharnais, man, this guy, for someone who's 6'8", he's just getting hurt like crazy. He's pretty much Tyler Myers 2.0. RFAs, no, don't have to worry about anything there. We are good. Alright. He's back in the lineup. Send some guys down to the AHL. Mark Friedman. No one's going to claim him, so he's always the number 1 call-up option. Quinn Hughes leading the team in points with 33. JT Miller, 30 in 24 games. Besser, 27. Pedersen, only 7 goals, but he's a point per game. Hoglander, 11 points. Sprawn, Suter. Alright. The bottom forwards definitely not putting up as many points. Demko getting a workload in, but he's playing well. Seelov's only 4 games. Stats aren't great. And just follow up some guys I want to scout here. Joshua Ravensburgen. I feel like if we can get him in the second round, I might trade up and try and get him. Because I feel like that would be a great Thatcher Demko replacement. Same size. He can come up in 3 or 4 years. Just ready to dominate the NHL. Roger McQueen. Right now, as it sits, that's our number priority for a first round pick. We'll see how the deadline goes. I just kind of want to trade prospects at the deadline if we are buyers. Canucks have been known to trade away a lot of draft picks in the last few years. Haven't really had a first round pick in a while. They haven't really been contenders until last year. So it was kind of a little bit iffy of a mistake there from GMs in the past to trade away those first round picks. But I feel like if the trade is right and it's not a rental, we would probably trade away a first round pick for a solid top 4 defenseman. Either Carson Soucy would be in that trade as well with a pick. But we'll find out, see who's available. Alright, we'll send one more month here. How are we looking? Desharnais, man, this guy's just injury prone. Dakota Joshua's now hurts. Yeah, Vancouver, they always deal with some of the most injuries all year. Brock Besser. Alright, well, it's only a week or so. Joshua back in the lineup. Alright. At least our forward depth is there. This is huge. DeBrusque. And I don't know how people feel about it, but oh no, and there's the injury to Demko. He's back in January at least, but man, this guy cannot stay healthy. Oh, man. Alright, he's back now. So, we'll send Almond down to the AHL here until Demko is fully healthy. That way, we don't have to risk him hurting himself again. But Canucks are sitting pretty solid right now through December. First place in the division. Looking pretty solid. It doesn't look like we're going to have to trade for a forward at the deadline. So our depth is already there. Definitely top 4 defenseman target. I think is the only trade we're going to make. Maybe another 4th line depth guy. Someone that can kill penalties, win faceoffs. A veteran presence in the playoffs. That's kind of our targets. If anyone can think of someone that they would want us to try and go after at the deadline, let us know. We'll be in the deadline next episode. Next Monday there. But I feel like we're pretty solid here in our first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And so far, so good with the Vancouver Canucks. A few injuries, but the depth that this team has been crucial. So we're hoping that can carry its way to the playoffs. And we will see you guys next time. Until then, bye everybody. Happy Turkey Day. Peace.